of our student athletes, Katie Lou Samuelson and Napheesa Collier, and we will open it up for questions. Just raise your hand. We'll get the mic to you right here in front.
Katie Lou, first off, how are you feeling right now? And Gino said that you plan to play tomorrow. Is that still your expectation?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel good. I've been doing more every day, and so that's the plan right now.
Right in the middle here.
Katie, this question for you. After sitting out the AAC tournament, are you kind of like itching to get back out there and, contribute to this team like you did all season?
Absolutely. I think, clearly I didn't want to sit out at all anytime ever, but, it's a pretty bummer to be sitting out the end of your senior year, but I'm very lucky that I'm getting another chance to play. It could always be worse, so for me, I'm happy that I get to play, and I'm definitely excited to get out there tomorrow and especially get out there, play again at Gamble for Fee and I, and hopefully 2 more games here.
Yep, right in front. And then Joe, go back to you.
If both of you could answer, how do you feel about going into your final NCAA tournament together, and what has this meant to both of you to be on this journey together?
Katie Lou, you can go first.
It's pretty crazy that it's our last kind of go around. It definitely feels like we've been here for a while, but for us and going through this together, we've definitely been there on having each other's backs every step of the way, and so we want to go out and play our hardest and play with everything on the line because, like you said, it's our last tournament. Life goes on after this, so we want to make sure that we put our best foot forward and we just give ourselves a fighting chance every single game we're in.
Yeah, like Lou said, it's really crazy that it came so fast, and I feel really lucky that we can play at Gamble for these games, give us, 1 or hopefully 2 more chances to play here again in this atmosphere on this court. And overall, I'm just so proud of both of us and like what we've been able to accomplish while we're here. Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it?
But we made it, and we're both really excited for the tournament and just trying to make the most of, our last go around, really.
Okay, question in the back of the room.
Here in the back, Joe Zone, Channel 3. A 2-part question for you, Katie. First of all, because you haven't played in 3 weeks, do you think you might be more rested and feel a little more energetic than you have in the past? And 2, did you learn anything about how you can contribute on the floor by watching the game from the sidelines the last 3 weeks?
Yeah, okay, well, my knees feel good. My lungs do not in practice, so that's the only thing. But, I've just been trying to get back into shape and get back into game shape. It's definitely different than drills and stuff playing live. But wait, what was the second part of the question? Oh, yeah. Being on the sidelines and seeing things, you can always see stuff easier than being actually on the court in the play. You see different cuts or different openings that, we might have as a team. And I tried to be on the bench and stay and do as much as I could to have an impact while I was on the bench too. But now, I'm excited to get back out there, hopefully use what I learned and just use the opportunity to kind of just bring back, at times we struggled sometimes offensively and crowded Fee a little bit, and we need to make sure that everything's on point. And I've had a lot of experience playing, and so being out there again and playing together with Fee and Crystal and Meg and Kristen, now I feel like our chemistry is pretty good, and so I'm excited to get back out there.
We're going to go down here in front, but this is probably last call for the open locker room if anyone still needs it. So right down here in front.
Bill Paxton, Associated Press. Obviously, the last 3 years, you guys have been the favorite going into the tournament. This year, you're a 2 seed. How does that change your mindset at all, or does it? And, how do you kind of feel about it overall?
Okay. Go ahead, Napheesa. You can go first.
So it doesn't change, how we're going to prepare for each game. We still try to prepare for every game the same. Obviously, we don't agree with it. There's nothing we can do about it. But I think it does kind of put a little bit more of a fire under our butts just because, like I said, we don't agree with it. And we just want to prove to everyone that, we should have been there and we can be. And, we're going to come out swinging.
Yeah. Yeah, and when it comes down to it, I think we're going more so than ever into this tournament. It doesn't matter who we're playing. We're going to be ready for every game, no matter who it is, and we're going to come out swinging, like he said, as hard as we can. And there's a lot that, we can probably take our energy out on. And so I think we're all pretty excited to get that first crack at it tomorrow and hopefully move on from there.
Down in front here.
Katie Lou, not to belabor the point, but when you were on the bench, it seemed like you had paparazzi. Like, oh my God, she just bent over and picked up confetti, and she's cheering. And here, like, what was it? What was it like watching, like Olivia and Kristen and like get better, and what just the whole tournament? Was it kind of weird for you, or was it fun? Or
yeah, I mean, I would have much rather been on the court, but. For me, seeing what we were able to do as a team, and like you said, seeing what Olivia did, stepping up into that starting spot, and Kristen being able to kind of get back into the flow of things, and even Michaela coming off the bench, doing a lot that they were doing, they made an impact. And just for them to kind of have that confidence now, knowing that they can make an impact when they come, is huge for us going into the tournament. And I feel like we're pretty happy in the place that Olivia's in right now, and we have confidence that we can pressure the ball more now because she's back there. She's altering shots, even if she's not necessarily blocking all of them. Teams have to change the way they shoot layups when Olivia's in there now, and she wasn't necessarily able to do that all this year for us. So now she has that confidence, and like you said, there's always, some type of blessing with everything, and that kind of was something really good that came out of, watching the team and the way we played in that tournament. Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely a lot of fun. I love my team. I love the game. And so it's definitely just as easy to cheer on the bench as it is to cheer on the court.
Easier, not as winded.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll go in the front here and then right in the middle.
Napheesa, obviously you played a lot of minutes this season and you've been expected to do a lot from your team. How did it feel just to have a few days off, get some rest, and do you think that'll help you going into the tournament?
It felt good. I think for everyone, it's been a long season, and 3 games in 3 days is really hard for anyone. And I think we kind of just took that time to recuperate, maybe, get in the gym, get shots up, whatever. But having that time to decompress and, watch film on what we did and try to get better. And then, coming back this week, I thought we had a really good week of practice. We went really hard. We got up and down, worked on things we needed to. So overall, I think, this time off has been really good for us.
Okay, right in the middle, and then we're going to go right in front of him. Go ahead.
I don't get to see too many games in person, so I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night. I see a lot of games on TV, and especially this time of year, it seems like a lot of your former teammates are your biggest fans. What kind of impact do they have? What is it like seeing all them back there for these really big games?
Yeah, I think being at UConn, we always talk about it, but when March comes, it's a whole different team. No matter who it is, it's always a different vibe, a different type of year. And for us and for former players, everyone knows that, and everyone knows how intense it is, how much, we all change as players when March comes. We have to be ready to go. Everything has to be perfect. And so having all the support from the former players, Stewie just sent both of us a really tough, touching message for us, telling us to get out there and kick everyone's butt. So having that and seeing all the support, like you said, that we get from former players that have been here, it just shows that, we're no matter if you leave UConn, you're still always a family. We're still always an army that's coming out to get everyone.
Go ahead.
Obviously, you guys are seniors and leaders of this team. You guys have 2 freshmen on the team. What are some things that you guys are trying to tell them to calm them down and make sure that they're ready for this moment?
It's really hard because you can explain it to them as much as you want to, and even it's like coming to college. You can try to prepare people as much as you want to, but you never know, and you don't know how you're going to react, what you're going to do until you're in that situation. So the best thing we can do is try to prepare them in practice, which is what we've been trying to do. Get their mindset right and tell them that no matter how hard you're working, you have to push yourself even more because people are going to make crazy things happen in March. It's like a magic time. Magical things happen all the time. Mm-hmm. And like I said, you have to know that you prepared as hard as you could and even harder than you thought you could in order to just be ready for the tournament. So just trying to, tell them that and trying to help them navigate through that, and tomorrow they'll see.
Yeah, and I think it's even more so just us showing rather than telling. I think, it's easy to say stuff, but you're never actually, you don't understand until you're in that moment and you're playing. And so for us, like you said, we don't know how it's going to react, but we know how we can react and we know what we can control. And they feed off of us. So if we can stay calm and we stay composed at all times, no matter what's happening on the court, they're going to most likely follow after us because, as soon as we show any sign of doubt, they're going to be the first ones to go. And so for us, we know going into this that we have to be the biggest supporters on the team, this most solid, and expect the most out of everyone, and mostly expect the most out of each other.
Anything else? Okay. Thank you so much for coming up.